Alright, what's up YouTube? Eboya here, back with more Magic the Gathering gameplay. So, what's on the menu for today is probably one of my favorite decks of all time, actually. And I'm probably only gonna post this if the games are good. If I get like one good game in, at least. I don't really think this deck is mm, competitive, let's say, but it is really funny when it pops off. So, without further ado, let me explain the deck. So, we have this card, Krenko, which when it attacks, you put a +1/+1 counter on it, then create a number of +1/+1 or a number of 1/1 goblin creatures equal to Krenko's power. On its own, pretty good already. And the whole combo sort of revolves around this guy. So, what happens is, right, obviously there's a pretty big incentive to buff Krenko, so that way you get more goblins. And because it puts +1/+1 counters on itself, Evolution Sage is a pretty good, you know, side piece, I guess. Because then you can proliferate and add more tokens to Krenko and he'll create more goblins. But while we're at that, you know, we can just have everything enter with an additional counter. So all of those goblins that get created enter with a counter. And if I don't draw Grumgully, I also have things like Pledge of Unity to and Ajani to put counters on everything. So that way when I proliferate, it affects the whole board. And since we're working with counters, Incubation Druid's just really good ramp, and when we're put counters on it, it's can add more mana, and it's just all around really good. And then we have some sagas here, which are just good like tempo plays, and this puts more counters on things, so that's nice. And I also have Mending of Dominaria for the same similar combo that I've shown before with Evolution Sage, where you return all the land cards from the graveyard. You proliferate that many times, and proliferating before then, you speed up the saga, so it's just really good. And then, because of how all these sagas, Starfield Mystic will just make them a little bit cheaper and then get +1/+1 counters whenever they leave. So, something else to proliferate on and just a good like ramp, like discount tool. Uh, Great Henge just for the counters and the card draw. And then perhaps the thing that makes this deck the most fun is this saga right here called Fall of Thran. See, the first thing is it destroys all lands. Then we return lands two at a time for the last counters of the saga. And you see what happens is all the land is destroyed. So effectively, if you leave that as is, like your opponent can't really play anything the next turn. But that's not usually how I do things. I usually have a land in my hand when I play this, and then I can play the land after. And what happens is Evolution Sage will proliferate. This gets an extra token, so it goes ahead one. Then we return two lands. That means I proliferate two more times for my Evolution Sage, and the saga goes again. And so then there's, four lands total at this point, four proliferation for, however many Evolution Sages I have. And, I probably have Krenko and a bunch of goblins and whatnot. So a huge board that's super wide and everything is tokens on it, and I'm putting more tokens on them. And in a similar sense to Fall of Throne, I have Scapeshift, which, I sacrifice any number of lands and search my library for that many land cards and put them on the battlefield. So I basically, however many lands I have, I can destroy them and put that many on the field so I can proliferate that many times. So the board just gets massive, assuming everything works out. Helm of the Host is very funny. So this equipment I can put on, you know, pretty much any of my creatures, but especially like Grumgully or Krenko or Evolution Sage. And at the beginning of combat, I get a token that's a copy of it, and it doesn't matter if it's legendary. So basically, I just start getting copies of things. You know, if I copy Grumgully, everything gets more +1/+1 counters when they come in. If I copy Krenko, I'm making so many more goblins. And if I copy Evolution Stage, I'm proliferating like up a billion times. So that's the deck. The lands are kind of whatever. I have a one that gives +1/+1 counters. That's about it. And then I have Karn's Bastion because it can do proliferating. Um, and then like Fabled Passage also, you know, you play it, that's a land entering. So Evolution Sage will go for one time, then you sacrifice it and put another land, so it goes twice. Um, I'm now noticing I only have 3 basic lands, so having 4 Fabled Passages, so-so. You know, maybe not the best, but I mean, what are the odds uh, that I draw the basic lands by themselves and then get the Fabled Passage? It's probably not going to be that often, and then it only really matters when I have like all my lands out, I guess. And at that point, you know, I have all my lands out. So could maybe use some tweaking in terms of what lands are there, but that's the deck. I can hope that that's how it will go. Spoilers, scrolling past all my other decks. There it is. Pretend you didn't see any of those. I'm probably not going to make videos on all of them. Some of them are very much just like bad. And this deck is arguably also not that good, but you know, it's about sending a message. All right, the question here is, will I be able to do what I want to do without him stopping me? And he's playing white, which means maybe he'll have removal that exiles things. But I think we might be good, because a lot of these life gain, like Ajani Bridesmaid decks, don't really account. Like, sometimes they just focus on doing their combo and don't really put removal in, at least not very much. And maybe I can bait it out early or something, but I think, yeah, he's more focused on doing his thing, so maybe I can make this work. Yes. So I play this. Now the problem is he has 5 1-attack things. So I might not be able to attack with Krenko quite yet. An Evolution Sage right about now would be ideal, but can't ask for everything. I'm honestly just lucky he hasn't gotten like an Ajani's Pridemate or something. I'm surprised he didn't go for +1/+1 on everything. That would have been like, pretty bad for me. Okay. Maybe I play... I don't know what I play here. Because, like, this is good. And I can get a +1/+1, which would make Krenko 3/4. He'll attack, become a 4/5. And then I'll have blockers. So maybe that's the play here. Yes, this is good.
Light shall always conquer dark.
Okay, and he has vigilance too. I didn't even notice. I forgot Ajani did that. So yeah, now I have blockers and everything's a 2/2. Okay, that's scary. He can buff the shit out of his tokens. Ajani might be dead here, but he did his thing. I got what I needed out of him. And at this point, I think, oh man, okay, I kind of want to kill this thing because I can't really let that slide. To be honest, like I just kind of, I mean, I'll take 2. That's fine. I can live with that. He's not even attacking Ajani, which is good for me. Like I said, Evolution Sage would be like a crazy pull right about now. But, can't ask for everything. I mean, it's crazy. It's the first game and I almost have the combo. Okay.
Turn back while you still can.
Suppose I'll attack with the token as well. I guess everything is vigilance, so. He takes the damage. I mean, if I saw this board state, I think I would probably give up. He's out of tokens and doesn't really have, anything. Not bad, but I really wanted the main combo to happen. But like I said, that's really good for this deck actually. Normally I just get like screwed over because they have some sort of removal, and then there's not much to do. If they get rid of my Krenko, I only have 3 in the whole deck, and sometimes you just sit there twiddling your thumbs going, well, I have everything but the one thing that this combo is centered around, and that's just how it goes. Oh man, this hand is not very good. I can't play anything with these lands. And like, I could try to keep it, but I know for a fact if I keep it, I'm not going to draw any lands that I need. And this is good, actually. So, we have land. I might try to, tweak the deck a little bit, like I said with the lands, but for now, I'll keep playing. See if I can pop off. I think as is that first game is kind of enough to post the video, maybe? I don't know. It doesn't really show what I want it to show. I still haven't actually done anything cool. Hopefully, I can do something here. This is pretty good already. If I get an Evolution Sage, it might be... Okay, well we have almost everything at this point. Black and blue is kind of bad for me, because he can either straight up kill my Krenko or just send it back to my hand a bunch of times, or he'll play a counter spell, and then I will be very sad. I'll play the Grumgully first. Maybe he'll counter it. Yep, there it is. Okay. So, if I don't draw more land, this is going to be a rough game. Oh, man. I'm just dying. A little bit. No land, but I can play another Grumgully. I guess that's good. I mean, Krenko isn't going to do anything by himself, so... See if I can... I always wonder about the massive decks. Like, this is probably like a 140 card deck on his end. And that sucks. Okay. I wonder about those, because, like, how do you have that many cards? Like, where do you possibly... Well, I know how you have that many cards, but, like, how do you possibly draw what you need with that many cards? Oh, alright, well... There goes Krenko. And that's about... See, this is how it normally goes. The first game was kind of an exception. I normally get beat on like this, but sometimes I don't. And sometimes when I don't, I have all the... Why? This dude's name is Painful Farts? Okay. 200... Jesus. Why do you have that many? Like, how many of those are land? And, like, I feel like at some point adding more cards just makes the deck worse. Probably. I don't know. I don't have never made a deck that big. I mean, maybe we'll see what he does with those, but I'm sure he'll have, like, the exact cards he needs when he needs them somehow. Of course, like, I'm not gonna say that this was the exact card that he needed. There's like probably 200 red cards that do 2 damage, but I'm gonna be upset if he has more removal, I guess. And he has... Okay, I can live with that. Yeah, 1/1 with Death Touch is a little bit annoying, but he could, like, make it fight something and kill whatever he wants on the battlefield, which would be really inconvenient, but fine, I suppose. If he doesn't kill anything, then we're in business, because I can just play the Henge, but what is this? Just give something indestructible? Sure. Whatever you say, boss. I guess I'll end it there. I mean, at some point I should really just start attacking him. I mean, he's just gonna give it an indestructible now. That's kind of annoying, but I need, like, can I get a card that I need? Can I get Krenko? That would be fantastic. But this is awesome. Okay. We'll take it. No attack. I need a really big board to... I mean, he has this indestructible Death Touch, which is kind of inconvenient, but he's done nothing else. Is that really... I mean, he's probably got bigger plans for that. Destroy target artifact is kind of annoying. I mean, he's just got, like, what, removal cards and an indestructible Death Touch. I would imagine the combo piece that makes this make sense is somewhere in the 237 cards in his deck that he's gonna have to fish through. Which is just silly, but whatever. Okay. So... I'm gonna wait on the fall of Thran. Because there's better things for me to be doing, I guess. I mean, I'll save the Evolution Siege in my hand too, because I don't really want to, like, blow the cards before I have the full combo. Draw 3 cards. Green really has a card that does that? Really? It's like a blue thing. What even is this, by the way? Interesting. I have no idea what this dude is up to. Like, actually. Well, you know, I was gonna adapt this, but it already has a counter on it, so I guess not. I think my board is wide enough that I can get away with doing the Fall of Thran, but maybe not yet. Yeah, not yet. I mean, I really just gotta hope that he doesn't have any sort of board wipe, because that would be really bad. Okay. Put a +1 on each controller. I mean, that's... transform it into what? Okay. So, is that your game plan? Get a really large, indestructible death touch creature? Question mark? Is that... Oh! Wait! This is so awesome. Oh my god. Alright, I think we don't attack yet. Because my board will get bigger, and he can't play anything this turn anyways. So, this gets very funny very quickly. I can't believe I'm actually getting the combo off in a game. This is the third game in. That's so funny. No, I'm not blocking. Are you kidding me? Oh, this is so awesome. This is so awesome. And that's 2 proliferation. And now we do 2 more. I mean, this is just chef's kiss. Oh man. What a moment. I just gotta take this in. This doesn't happen often. Holy my ears. Okay. Yeah, I attack with everything. I mean, if I were him, I would block the Evolution Sage with the Death Touch. That cannot be allowed to live, in my opinion. But, even though that's the correct choice, I have another one. And... oh, interesting. I don't know if he's dead or not. Oh, he's dead. Okay. It didn't even matter. Man. Do I end the video? Like, I got the combo. Do I keep playing? I feel like I should stop. I'll do one more. I feel like that video, like, well, the games so far have not been representative of, like, how this deck normally is. Against anyone who runs removal, like, at all, it's just not gonna work. But, like, it's been working because they just don't have removal. I'm gonna keep this hand. Even though I don't have most of what I need, I do have some card draw. And the Mystics are always nice to start with. Will I draw more planes? I only need to draw 1 to make this work in this land. So I think that's probably okay. But no red land. This could be a problem. This could be maybe a bigger problem, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. This could be maybe bad, actually. Wouldn't it be funny if I just didn't get any red mana and then like died because I couldn't do the combo? That would be so funny, actually. Oh, at least I get the gold token, actually. Yeah, I don't have a third planes, which is unfortunate, but what can you do? I surely, would have thought I would have drawn one, but I haven't drawn any land yet. Give it like 2 more turns and I'll draw one for sure. I've not been paying attention to what this guy's cards do. Maybe power 3 or draw a card if it's power 3 or greater, otherwise put 2. That's kind of annoying. Do I block that? I'm not gonna. I mean, 1 damage is not that important, and I think I need to have stuff. Would seem to be important, having stuff. I'll do this Mending of Dominaria, because I need... Oh, wow, okay. Exactly what I need in there. And then I fish for lands later? Question mark? Yeah. Actually, both of these sagas end on the same turn, and maybe I'll play the second Mystic. I mean, mono green. Biggest merfolk. Normally... Okay, I guess he's just running it for the death effect. Which is fine. Oh man. This can work. Yes. I'll do this. And he gets a counter now. No land from my graveyard. Because I didn't get any land. Very funny. Haha. I guess I can play Krenko here. And I only have this gold token to be able to do it. So if I play him, I can't play Grumgully, but there's really only him that this deck is about. And I don't think this dude has removal, hopefully. I didn't even realize he had a 417. When did that happen? I've just not been paying attention at all. Okay. Yeah. What does this do? Okay, he gets land. And then maybe a 4/4 with vigilance and haste. Okay, I guess that's not a big deal, but I don't really want to let him have it for free either. Really not giving me land, but I think it could be okay. I just need to get my Krenko big enough. And to do such a thing, Ajani is probably the way to go. Everything gets vigilance at least, so I can attack.
I will teach you humility.
And now,
If I have to light the way, I will.
like, I don't really know that there's anything worth attacking with here. Because, like, you could just double block with most everything. It's probably not worth it. Even if I can take out one thing, I'm going to lose something regardless. That can be an issue. That's a cool card. I wish I had this card. I don't have any copies of it. I am hurting for a land, like, pretty badly. I could really use that. Like, maybe a red land, actually. Yeah, I think a red land would be very helpful, actually. Man. I guess I can play the Mystic and then this. And then I have a Pledge of
Light
Unity
shall
if I want to.
always conquer darkness.
Yikes. I got no good anything. I saved the Pledge of Unity to surprise him, maybe. Not that it's really gonna do me any good, because the only thing that's like sort of relevant there is this, but it gets +1/+1 for each of his lands. I'm not gonna win this, I don't think. Which is so unfortunate. Do I care? Not especially. Pledge of Unity, just I get one more life if I play it there. Is one life really gonna save me? Hopefully not. I mean, that would be kind of awkward. Be like, oh, actually, I die by 1. Whoops. Ah, that's such a problem. I mean, this becomes what? A 16/16? Guess I'll just play this now. No better time to do it. That's going straight from my face. So maybe I don't need to block it. Maybe. Probably should though. Nah, what's the worst that can happen? I mean, realistically, like, I feel like it's not all that bad. Like I said, a land would be so appreciated. Oh, wow. Believe it or not, that's what we got. Okay. I'm gonna play this. And then realistically, like, I want to keep my Ajani around, so I'll just do that.
Now you see the benefits of peace.
Oh, I can. That's funny. I'm gonna do that. Now the siege has more health, tokens or whatever, and I have a red land. I didn't even realize that's a red land. Oh man, we're cooking. We are cooking. He's just gonna block my Krenko if I attack with him, which sucks. But you know, is what it is. I'm not gonna attack. I'm just gonna hold on and try not to die. Even though his rampaging Brontodon or whatever is just gonna like run me over probably. I can just sacrifice everything ever. Is that okay, I thought he was getting more land. I was like, that's gonna be an issue if he gets more land. I mean, one more is inevitable, but his Brontodon is now 7, 10, 19. I think I actually don't need to block it with that much to be able to not die. Because like I get rid of this token. The Mystic's not that important. I can get rid of like one Evolution Sage. And we're still alive. I might have to give up both, but I have another in my hand. Grumgully is hardly a blocker. Krenko is oh, he didn't even attack. Well. I don't mind if I do. My ears.
Turn back,
My ears again. Youch. Okay. Now I can attack with the Krenko. And it totally changes how this game is gonna play out. I could attack with some other stuff here, but I think I'll just do the 1. Because you see what happens is I have 11 TP. He just takes it? How unexpected. I mean, what now? Oops. Well, did he want to block? I mean, I'm assuming. He could have killed my Krenko. I mean, it's kind of over for him now, no? Like, what I was going to say is I have 11 tutus with +1/+1 counters on them, and then if I proliferate, they just get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So, like, he's just kind of screwed, and I have stuff big enough to block his biggest things. So, like, this is his last hurrah. He says good game because it's over for him past this attack because there's nothing that he can do. And, you know, I have to agree. I don't think this could have been better for me, honestly. Like, haha, one last proliferate for the road. I'm glad I queued up for one more. That was awesome. You know, achievement going wide. I definitely went wide. There's no doubt about that. Wow. What a game. Yeah, one of my favorite decks there. Honestly, one of my favorite cards, Krenko. I have some other decks, maybe just one with him that's kind of funny. I might show it off later. I don't know, but I think that's it for today. Uh, expect to see some more gameplay like this. Well, maybe not exactly like this. This was kind of peak. I don't know that I can live up to that standard, but more gameplay nonetheless. Uh, yeah, that's it.